Welcome to the Scratch Golfer's Mindset Podcast. My name is Paul Salter, and I'm a triple-digit golfer on a quest to become a scratch golfer. I'm also a high-performance mindset coach and credentialed hypnotherapist with 15 years of experience helping high performers from all walks of life get unstuck and unlock their full potential. Join me each week as I not only detail my journey, but make mastering the mental game of golf simple, tangible, and relatable so that you can overcome the mental hazards keeping you stuck in the proverbial bunker of poor performance. Hey, fellow golfer. Welcome back to another episode of the Scratch Golfer's Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, I think finally no longer a triple-digit golfer. To be determined. We'll see. But I'm your host, Paul Salter, the golf hypnotherapist, and thrilled to have you tuning in on another Tuesday when I document my own journey to Scratch. And we've got a lot to recap from this past week. A lot of humbling learning lessons, to say the least, coming off my lifetime low round of an 87 and finally putting my big boy pants on and playing back from the blue tees ever since. And I'm excited to dive in and to be incredibly vulnerable and humble as I share what went well and what didn't go so well. But before I begin, just a quick announcement, something to put on your radar. I have locked in and confirmed 5 speakers for the first ever virtual mental game of golf summit, which will be happening, again, it's virtual, Saturday, January 25th. Don't worry, it's not a playoff football day. College football playoffs are already complete, and the NFC and AFC conference championship games are on Sunday, January 26th. So Saturday, January 25th. It's going to be an all-day affair. Like I said, I've got 5 speakers and then myself. So 6 total already committed, lined up to speak throughout the day. A lot more information to come, but we're really excited to share these phenomenal guests, many of which you already know, with you in a capacity unlike anything you've ever experienced before. And I know for many of you, this will be smack dab in the middle of your off season. It's too cold to play. The courses are closed. This is an intentional timed event. I'm so excited to help not only spark the flame and fire of excitement and passion for the game as the off season begins to come to a close in January, but to really provide you with tangible takeaways to work on your mental and emotional game. So that way, whenever your 2025 playing season begins, you are in a better position than ever before to make playing to your potential a habitual practice. So stay tuned. More to come. The virtual mental game of golf summit, January 25th, 2025. Well, with that said, wow, to be frank, I was humbled this past week. And I got 2 rounds in. A quick round of 9 on Tuesday morning, and then a round of 18 on Friday. And the round of 9 is noteworthy for many reasons. I don't have my scorecard in front of me. I shot a 48. To be frank, I didn't hit the ball well. I scrapped by. I had to grind out some bogeys. And to be frank, that's part of the game. Learning how to score even when your best shot isn't there, you're not playing to your potential, is an aspect of the game that I need to continue cultivating and strengthening. So that was definitely on display. I'm proud of some of the mental resilience, the grit and patience I showed. But what I'm most proud of for that round, which is what we're going to unpack in this conversation, is the after round reflection. So let me set the scene for you. I show up 9 or 9:30 in the morning tee time, plan to play as a single. I get paired with another gentleman who then the 2 of us get paired with another twosome. So 3 strangers is who I'm playing with. And this is really noteworthy for me because as I've mentioned in previous episodes, I do struggle with whether you want to call it expectation, pressure, false sense of urgency, need to perform, perfectionism. that whole laundry list of not playing my best under pressure has plagued me in the past. And I've done really well, not only playing with strangers and new people of all different skill levels, but I've also done really well on a personal note, befriending some of these playing partners, so that now, my buddy Aaron, my buddy Rob, who I'll elaborate more on, who I played with Friday. These are people I met randomly, got paired with randomly, who have now become regular playing partners, especially my bud Aaron, who I've probably played 6, 7, 8 rounds with at this time. So I've learned to step into that discomfort by creating familiarity and comfort, almost to a detriment. And what I mean by that is I have neglected putting myself in more uncomfortable situations on the golf course. And with the focus and intention in 2025 being to play consistent tournament golf, that needs to change. It's wonderful to go out and play with your bros, your best friends. But for me, I need more experience in those situations where I don't know anybody. And for some reason, I face this self-imposed pressure because I need more repetitions and experience to fusing it. So the reason I share that with you is, again, 3 strangers. The guy who I'm paired with and driving around with, he's a stud. I think he probably shot 39 or 40 on the front 9, just high quality golfer, really, really good. I think he said his handicap was between 6 and 8. The other 2 guys, it turns out one of them I'd actually met before when I had visited the BNI, or Business Networking International chapter he was a part of, ultimately joined another one, but we recognized each other. And by the second hole, we were finally like, hey, did you? Yeah. And, we connected the dots. We knew each other. So there was a little bit of familiarity, but really that round I would describe as rushed. I was failing to execute my routine. I got caught in a mental pickle, trying to be personable, friendly, deep down, trying to be liked and respected amongst my peers in that playing group, which, as you can imagine, was a massive energy drain that took me away from playing focused, confident, and committed golf. I undulated between striping the ball, completely topping the ball. I might have topped in 9 holes. I might have topped 6 shots in that round. It was ugly, to say the least. And really the biggest takeaway was I created this false sense of urgency, this false sense of pressure. And what I'm disappointed and yet simultaneously proud in is the twosome that got paired with me and the gentleman asked, do you want to play from blues or whites? And I was able to muster with conviction, I want to play from blues today. And I was proud of myself for that. But that was the kind of the extent of my conviction and confidence. Everything else got lost in uncertainty, a lack of presence throughout the round, throughout each hole and each shot. And really it showed for me that my area of growth is to stop fucking caring about who I'm playing with, trying to impress other people. And let's be honest, you know this. I know this. I've worked on this in every area in my life outside of the golf course and a little bit on the golf course. But this round of 9 holes really showed me how quickly I can become distracted and consumed by the opinions, thoughts, and presence of other people. And just to be very frank, that needs to change ASAP. I need to fix that by not only digging in and releasing some of this pressure and expectation that's self-imposed, but I also need to continuously put myself out there with strangers, people I have not played before, start raising the stakes metaphorically, if you will, so I can become resilient and numb to the external situations around me and find a better job of cultivating presence, focus, and confidence on demand. Because I am seeing flashes of my potential left and right. I'm playing well. I'm hitting the ball well when I slow down and focus on my processes. Right? That's the biggest takeaway for me. It's been the theme of my life, the theme of my golf story thus far is slow down. And as a note to you, something I found helpful that's empowered me and enabled me to slow down is speaking out loud to myself, whispering everything I need to be aware of as I'm starting to set the scene for the shot. So noticing the lie. Is it a clean lie or a tough lie? Is it uphill, downhill, left, right, etc.? And just going through those starts to help settle me and slow me down as I'm standing behind the ball and assessing the situation there in my think box. By the time I step in my play box, I then have started gravitating towards the affirmation, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. It's safe to slow down. And just really starting to bring my attention and awareness to the power of slowing down. So how did I fare as I took that awareness, complemented it with action, and brought it into Friday's round of 18? So Friday's round was played with my good friend Rob, who, like I mentioned, I met him getting paired randomly on the golf course many months ago. This is probably our 5th round together, maybe 4th. But someone who's, become a friend. We talk and text away from the course. Really, really good dude. So I want to go through some of the details of this round because Rob hadn't played with me in a little while. It'd probably been 4 to 6 weeks. And he made the comment several times throughout the round, like, it's evident you've been putting the reps in, the practice in. Like I was hitting the ball well. My swing was confident and in control. And first hole, striped my drive down the middle. Second shot, landed on like the cut between the fringe and the rough around the green. Great shot. Chipped to about 10 to 12 feet, missed the putt, so bogey number 1. Second shot is a harsh dog leg, par 5. Striped the 5-wood down the middle, 220, 230. Topped the ball. Then I hit my next one right where I needed to be, just short of the green. Ended up getting on, making bogey again. So we're starting bogey on the front 9. The first 3 holes are the 3 toughest holes on the golf course by multiple people's accounts. I'm not sure about mine, but many people have told me that. So starting bogey is great. The next hole, business as usual. Hit the fairway, just came up a little bit right of the green, chipped on, 2-putted. So we're +3 through 3. We're right where we envision ourselves and expect ourselves to be. The next hole is the 4th hole. I push my drive out of bounds, still battle back, make a double on that hole. Now, the 5th hole is where I'm incredibly proud of myself. The hole is playing, I think, 189, if I remember correctly. And I should set the stage with this day is incredibly windy. The windiest experience I've had out on the golf course. And the hole is playing 189. It's a par 3, slightly downhill. So I have a 7-iron up there, and I'm on the tee box. I take my practice swing, and I'm assessing the situation. The wind is just howling. It's against me, it's with me against my back. So I make the decision to club change to an 8. And I was so proud of myself for walking away from the 7, starting over. There's a cart waiting behind us. I gave 0 fucks there. Grabbed the 8, stuck the ball. The green is left center, or the pin is left center in the green. I stuck the ball about 20 feet away from the pin on the green and then went down to sink the birdie putt. Fucking ecstatic. Really, really good here. And Rob's playing well, except on that hole, Rob has a massive blow-up. Cards a double bogey. And so Rob's in a little bit of a short-term funk there. I'm high as a kite. I go on then to double, blow up on 8 by hitting out of bounds, getting stuck in a bunker. Triple. This is my first triple in like 3 rounds, and double 9. And I card a 49 on the front. Not happy. Such a strong start. Let's see here. I'm like +3, 4. I'm +4 through 5 holes, feeling really good. Blow up on the final 4 holes, going +2, 4, 6, 9 on the final 4 holes. So that was rough. It was a tough pill to swallow, and it culminated on 9. 9 is a short hole, playing 326 that day. Tons of bunkers and trees on the right, very tight fairway, lined by water on the left. On the far left of the water is the main road and entrance into the country club. So this is unique. So I played this hole well many a times. I take a 5-wood. I aim at the bunker on the far right at about 1 o'clock. That's about 240 yards away. I hit my 5-wood, 220, 230, comes up short on the fairway. We have a chance to go after the green. Started well. I hit my ball. It's on target, maybe a slight little bit coming back to the left. The wind takes that sucker, not into the water, not into the first road, all the way left into the second. So I have an imagination there was a bit of spin on the ball going that way, but I kid you not, the wind took that ball 50 yards to the left off track. So I started that one OB, topped one, and had a tough time recovering with the double. So not happy there. Go on to start the back 9, bogey, par. 4 doubles in a row, bogey double, couple OBs, couple top shots. And in hindsight, and this is going to sound so interesting, I had a fucking blast playing that round. That might be my most fun, enjoyable round to date. I was confident, focused, and present, despite topping a handful of balls still. That's a new obstacle that I've really got to settle into and work on. But I had so much fun to the extent, and shame on me, I missed some of my own practices, failed to follow through on some of my systems to help me play my best mentally, emotionally, and physically. Meaning I had my pre-round meal at about 11:30 or 12 because I had a couple coaching calls. Then I got out to the range, teed off at 2:30. The plan was to eat a piece of fruit right before I started playing and then go through my normal process of snack on 6, snack at the turn, snack on 15. I was having such a great time connecting with Rob. I met a new friend on the range prior to the round, missed my pre-round snack, didn't eat until the 10th hole. So I have an imagination in hindsight that the focus and consistency as well as the physical exhaustion was starting to catch up to me on holes 6, 7, 8, and 9 that I played +9. I'd already had 2 workouts that day, a mobility and walking one and a full-blown resistance training. So I was lacking fuel. So that definitely carried into it. And then on hole 10, and this is going to sound so silly, I'm eating one of those delicious perfect bars. But if you've ever had a perfect bar, oh, and they're so damn good, you absolutely should. When they're not in the fridge, they get a little bit oily. And I wasn't thinking of it. I'm just chowing down on this perfect bar, waiting for the group in front of us to tee off on 10, and not thinking twice. I'm touching and breaking it off with my glove hand. So by the time I go to hit on 10, there is so much residual oil on my hand. It's such a rookie mistake, I know, that I completely lose grip of the club. Thankfully, I didn't throw it with my swing, but botched that shot to say the least because I had no grip. Long story short, I was so entrenched in conversation, I did not hydrate, nor did I fuel appropriately, which I know contributed to some of my lack of focus and mitt sits on the back 4 holes of the front 9, as well as the final few holes of the back 9. So plenty of opportunity to tighten things up, perhaps set a few reminders to check in with myself throughout the round. But all said and done, I did a lot of things well. I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fairways, a few greens in regulation. I putted well. I think I had 35 putts, I had back-to-back 3 putts. That's unlike me. It had been a long time since I had 3 putted as well. Again, a lot of little things to clean up here, but the chipping consistency was strong. Still working on getting acclimated with some of those longer irons that I wasn't needing to hit playing from the white tees. Really working on being able to hit my 5, 6, and 7 consistently. Always opportunity for improvement, but feeling incredibly encouraged here today, knowing I'll continue really prioritizing slowing down to dial in my processes and give myself the best opportunity. But we're in a great place. I felt so much more confident off the tee box. I did realize on the back 9, a simple little grip adjustment was needed. I did not have one of my fingers where I usually do, just kind of getting lost in conversation or overthinking. And that caused me to push the ball quite right a handful of times. And then once I fixed that, I was able to hit the fairway the last 2 holes. So that was a good little fix there. And I'm optimistic, feeling dialed in. I know what I need to practice on. I've got a couple practice sessions this week, and then I'm playing around on Friday with one of my clients who's actually flying in town for other reasons. So her and I are going to get together, and she plays back from the men's tee. She's a hell of a golfer. So I've got my work cut out for me, and I'm really excited to have the opportunity to play with some great competition, as well as a client turned friend. Should be a wonderful experience as I continue my pursuit of breaking 85 3 times from the blue tees. That is the next focus before turning the focus to tournament golf in 2025. Well, that's it. That's the recap of my journey to scratch. A lot of work to be done on the technical aspects of the game. Yes, always. But most importantly, allowing myself the opportunity to execute what I am really good at executing by slowing down and cultivating presence on demand for every single shot. And with that said, I appreciate you continuing to tune in every Tuesday to follow my journey to scratch. Your little reach outs, your DMs, your pieces of support are so greatly appreciated. And I'd also greatly appreciate it if you just took 30 seconds to leave a genuine rating, a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to this show. It helps me continue to not only share my message, coaching, and education with fellow golfers, it helps me put my expert guests in front of the right listeners as well. Well, have a fantastic week of practice, of play, hit them straight, and I'll catch you in the next episode.